are one of the very few people who actually came out to condemn what happened. First of all, tell me what prompted you to come out so boldly at a time when most of your colleagues were just refusing to talk about it?
I've been one of the person who came so vociferous to speak about the despicable act of violence that took place at Ayawaso. I must be honest to tell you that violence in any form or shape should not be accepted and tolerated in the body politics of Ghana, for that matter Africa or wherever we find ourselves. You agree with me that, Beko, we are here in USA. Elections have come and gone. There hasn't been one occasion where a soul is lost or somebody has been shot as a result of electoral practice. We've never experienced that. So why do we have to be replicating violence in the name of political equalization? That is totally unacceptable. And after I came out with the video that you called me, and in fact, that video has yielded a positive result. Because after I came out with the video, I had a text message from big wings of our party. And prominent among them, this one, I personally texted him. I texted the vice president and told him, register our displeasure about it, even though I was speaking in my personal capacity, not in the capacity of a director of communication, NPP chapter. But this interview that I'm granting you, I am speaking in my capacity as a director of communication, NPP chapter. In fact, I did that simply because, like I said, violence in any form or shape must be avoided in any electoral process. The mere fact that our people were beaten mercilessly at so many by-elections that took place in Ghana, a prominent among them is the Talansi by-election, where the current chairman nearly even lost his life. Gabi Ochiredaku had to be rescued by police. The current general secretary of our party, John Boydu, ran to the police station. These are all elements of violence that were unleashed to the members of the NPP when we were in a position. But needless for us to equalize because we have come to power. What set the NPP different from the NDC? We don't have to imitate any elements or doings of the NDC. I was so much surprised to hear a former president of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, said, and I quote, the NDC was birthed through violence. Do we have to also follow that political antecedent? Do we have to also follow that political trajectory? Yes, we knew very well that that is the process in which, or the genesis of the NDC. NPP should not follow that, which is why I came out so vociferous and spoke extensively about the conduct of the security men or members of the allegedly Delta Force, because we've not been able to ascertain as whether they were true members of the NPP Vigilante. If even they are, their act was despicable to say the least. Okay,
so first of all, a lot of people are denying the fact that these were invisible forces or Delta forces or
whatever
NPP foot soldiers, whatever you want to call them. Why did you come out to condemn it, not knowing yet whether these people are actually your foot soldiers?
Now, anything that happened within a political regime, when I say political regime, it means that when a president, an NDC is elected or MPP is elected and we are in power, like what happened now, anything that goes on, they shift the blame to the government. Now, before I even came out with my video, I have heard a lot of interviews that they granted to the National Security Coordinator, National Security Advisor, the Minister in charge of the security, Albert Kandapa. I follow every single step to unearth or unravel the mystery surrounding the identity of the people who unleashed that violence. Now, the security personnel who were duty there, I think you saw the video, claim that those members, those who were there, were not members of the security apparatus. They claim these people were from the National Security what is it? How do you call it?
Council.
The National Security Council, or so, whatever you call themselves. Whatever be it, Beko, I must be honest with you. If even they are my brothers, blood brothers, what they did was not the best. It is despicable. It is not the best. It is inhuman. It should not happen in the modern politics of our country.
So, sorry to cut you off, but the accusation is that there were people who worked for your party as foot soldiers, as macho men, as whatever, and then after the elections, they came out to threaten the president. We all saw that video some months ago.
All right.
And the president, in his response, drafted them into the national security apparatus.
Yeah.
And these are the ones that came out to unleash that violence. What do you think about that?
So, no. You are speculating about the identity of the people who really did that. I want us to be elected to trade with caution here. I want us to err on side of caution. Not until they are proven to be members of the Delta Force or members of the NPP Vigilante group. Let's just trade with caution for now, until otherwise they are proven. But what I want to sound here is that whether they are NPP or they are not members of the NPP, their act was bastardly done. It should not be entertained in our body politics. This is what I speak.
Okay.
Now they are accusing members of the NPP Vigilante group. If they are the people, we don't like them. Like I said in my video, the video that you saw, that occasioned this very interview. Listen, we don't need the activities or action or inaction of the Vigilante group to win election. We have won election in 2000 without the Vigilante group. We have won election in 2004 without them. 2008, we narrowly lost the election by a percentage that never happened in the history of democracy. Less than 2%. You understand? Without Vigilante, the emergence of Vigilante into the body politics of our Ghana, especially within the fourth Republican regime, was in 2004. And these were not elements of the NPP. They were formed by the group or their leader called the Azoka, hence the Azoka group. These were people who came in the primaries, presidential primaries of NDC, which was held at Kufredwa. Atamis and Obeda Samoa. So the Azoka group really came in just to position themselves or to unleash violence against their perceived political opponents within the NDC. You remember the famous Francis Esiam, who was, fingered. They used their fingers to, insert into her private part. And some members of, NDC were baranzumed. When I say baranzumed, they were flogged. They were whipped with animal skills. So, to be honest with you, since that time, I think the NPP equally realized that there's the need. The essence of this even group wasn't to come out with any violent attack. They were trained to position themselves in bringing calmness wherever we have rallies, and that resulted into that. And the video you talked about, yes, I heard it. Members, civilian threatened the government that if you don't get a position for us, we are going to do so and so. That is not the best. NPP can exist. We can continue to win election without these people. We can continue to win election without these bandits. I am speaking with anger because the rate at which politics is getting so worse in our part of the country, that is not too good.
So let me get this straight. Are you acknowledging the fact that there's actually a vigilante group?
We cannot dispute that. We can't dispute that. I shouldn't be too hypocritical, or I should not say that I'm not aware of the members of the vigilante group that are affiliated with the MPP.
Okay.
We have people like that.
Now, in your video, you mentioned that you saw a certain video,
yes,
which prompted you to come out to go live on Facebook,
yes,
to say all the stuff that you said. Which video was this?
Yeah, there was a video that a friend sent to me from one of the popular media house. He sent to me and drew my attention to that. He told me, Maazu, you know what? These are the activities of members of your party. It was late, too early in the morning. When I wake up, I was preparing to go for class when I saw that thing. In fact, it really demoralizes my enthusiasm yesterday. I took my time and went through the video. I realized that it was filmed by City Newsroom, City FM. I went through and I realized the way people were brutalized, the way people were beaten, the way people were dragged. You can see somebody whipping a Ghanaian simply because he doesn't subscribe to the principle and doctrines of your party. What is the essence of opposition? Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo cannot, let me repeat myself, cannot enjoy the presidency without the input of minority, without the input of the opposition. Nana is a president because we won election by certain percentage. So he himself is aware and acknowledge the existence of minority view.
The response to that from some of your MPP colleagues that have been having backs and forth with is that these guys were professional ballot box snatchers. What's your response to that?
I cannot authenticate. One thing we must not lose fact is that the Ayawaso has 338 polling stations. The Ayawaso constituency has 138 polling stations. And out of all these 138 polling stations, it is only one polling station that this violent activity erupted. So we cannot in any way, criticize the entire election. Out of 138, we have only one polling station that brought up the issue. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm in defense or trying to equalize what really happened. I think in the video, I don't know whether you have the chance to go through, you realize and saw what really erupted that violent activities. It was coming of Sam George. When Sam George got to the ground, when he got to the stage place, he started making noise. You don't have to bring yourself to the level of people you normally call unlettered people. You know these are people who are educationally deficient. For that matter, you should speak in a way that will really calm their enthusiasm. Let's assume, without admitting, that they were members of the MPP. And you know very well that that seat belongs to the MPP. You came with a violent posture. And you expect them to speak in a low tone to you? If you really go through, but I don't want to be too hypocritical about it. But you see, you are forcing me to come out. What really engineered or exacerbated the situation was the presence of Sam George. Pointing his fingers at those guys. They became so infuriated and started slapping him. It's unfortunate.
Let's be fair.
Yeah.
We only saw the video from that point.
Yes.
So something must have happened. Something could have happened prior to him.
Yes. In every situation, there's a trigger factor. I mean, I really cannot, say that when those who were on the armored car just came in, they started shooting. No. That is not true. It can't be possible. Okay. There should be a trigger factor.
All right.
And
so
what
since,
I saw
since we don't know what happened
exactly
prior to that, let's just move on.
Yes.
Let's just move on from there. So now you text the vice president. You express your disgust at what happened.
Yeah.
What was the vice president's response?
Yeah, he told me, Maazu Muftau, be patient. I can even show the text message to you. He told me I should extra restrain what is going to happen by New York time. He assured me that by the following day you are going to hear what is going to happen. And truly to his words, the president is out of Ghana. So the vice president or the acting president of Ghana, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has constituted a 3-member committee or commission to look into the case and then arrest and bring the culprits into order. There are 4 terms of references that the vice president has spelled out to them. So I think going forward, we go into the nitty-gritty of the terms and conditions or references that the vice president has given to the commission.
Who constitutes this commission that you talk about?
No, it was constituted by the vice president.
Yeah, but who is on it?
The members of the commission. Yes. We have vulnerable people who have, been one of the outstanding Ghanaians I mean, you can talk about the likes of Justice M.L. Short, who was a former commissioner for Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice. And there's another vulnerable person, Mrs. Herita Mensah-Bonsu, and then Mr. Patrick K. Achampo. These three individuals have been selected randomly to constitute the committee to look into the disturbances. And I mean, what is it? Abochi is the secretary to the commission, so making the list to become 5. So the terms and conditions that the vice president spelled out to them is that they should be able to identify people who are responsible, and then they should try and then do unbiased research and then come out with a recommendation that will serve as deterrent. So like I said in the video, Nana has excellently distinguished himself among all the politicians. When the Talansi by-election happened, when the Cheponi by-election happened, when the Atiwa by-election happened, there were violence that erupted. People were shot, people even died. There hasn't been. The former president Mills never had the political will or boldness to set up a committee. John Mahama came, Talansi, he never had the political will to probe into it. Like I said in the video, Nana is an individual who demonstrated amply about his legal acumenship. He has stood against human rights violation. And truly speaking, I wouldn't be, so boastful to say that my video engineered them certain. No. I think there are prominent NPP members who also spoke about that. I remember this morning I saw a post on social media about what Gabi Otredaku said regarding that.
What did Gabi Otredaku say?
Yeah, he said it is very unfortunate to see people who are affiliated to you or members of your own party doing something that would drag the name of the presidency into a disrepute. I'm only paraphrasing, trying to just give you synopsis of what he said.
That's commendable.
Yes.
But I have a two-pronged question for you.
All right.
Number one, certain people, including myself, was a bit dismayed about the fact that, or I can't call it fact because I was proven wrong, that the president took a while to come out and condemn what happened.
When did the election...
I was pointed to his speech,
yes,
in which he actually did condemn what happened. But again, the other side of the question is this. These people cannot go out on a limb and do these things. They definitely get their instructions from somewhere.
Please, let's not even go there. Are you sure the president who stood against human rights abuse will deploy people to go and unleash?
I have not said the
that
president.
Is number one.
I have not said he's the
president.
Are you
sure? Yes, I'm certain.
But what I'm saying is, no, I need you to understand
the
premise of my question properly. It does not have to be the president. It could be someone high up in the party. Maybe the commission that has been set up will bring out the truth about these people. But what I am saying is that these people could not have just got up and go and do what they did.
I am disputing your stand, even though you are speculating. Let's even dispute that speculation. In that, there wasn't the need for any top hierarchy member of the party to deploy that people. You know why? Because Ayawaso is an area that we are comfortably winning that seat with big margin.
With all due respect, it's a weak argument.
Why?
Because these people had paraphernalia. They had trucks with police written on them, with SWAT written on them. And they had guns and all of these things. Unless you're saying that these guys have been issued these things that they have on their own and they can just get up and get, even so, someone would have got them together to come in the fashion that they did. That is my argument.
The argument you're putting in place, I mean, sounds a little bit problematic. Like I said earlier on, we cannot, draw a hasty conclusion to the fact that those guys that we saw in the video are members of the Vigilante group associated with the NPP. But whatever they are, whether they are or they are not, their activities was despicable. It was wrong. But my point is that we cannot herringly conclude that they were sanctioned by the president, by the vice president, minister in charge of security, or any other person. Let's just exercise restraint. Once the commission is set up, three
You
credible
are assuming
individuals.
that I'm saying that they were instructed by the president or the vice president or the minister, whoever, to do this. That is not what I'm saying at all.
If I should
And
understand,
thankfully, we have the commission, and the names that you gave me, I think, are people that all Ghanaians across the aisle would be comfortable with handling an investigation like that. But the point I'm making is that somebody, maybe not even as high up as a minister, maybe somebody at the party level, did sanction these people to go and do that. But let's not flog it there.
No.
One other thing that we've noticed is that there are opinion leaders, thought leaders, religious leaders in Ghana who have been very loud in prior events or prior happenings, who are remarkably silent about what happened. What is your thoughts on that?
this one I cannot speak in my position as a director of communication of NPP. I mean, everybody has his own opinion about whatever is going on. The party cannot sanction that the peace councils will come and condemn it. The party cannot sanction that the religious body should come and condemn it. But one thing I can tell with degree of certainty is that I read Otabel, Mensa Otabel. He came out boldly and condemned that despicable act. He was not sanctioned by the members of the NPP. No. This act need not to be tolerated. Period. It is too bad. It is wrong for our democracy. It wouldn't take us anywhere. Ghana is accredited to be one of the best democratic nations in sub-Saharan Africa. You remember in 2008 when the first black president of the United States was elected, Obama, the first destination point was Ghana. You know why? Is it that because Ghana was more beautiful than any other country? Is it that the people were so tolerable? No, because of our democratic credentials. So let's not allow the activity of bandits, hooligans, people who are elected to disrupt the constitutionality of this country. The neighboring country that you see, they are in, hopelessness. It isn't that Cote d'Ivoire chose, to be in its state. Rwanda, we can talk of Liberia. No. Because politicians have allowed certain group of people to have access to gun, to weapons, which is why that country, we don't want to trade in that trajectory, please.
Thank you very much. Finally, what would you suggest that your party do if these people are found to actually be your foot soldiers? What would be your recommendation?
Now that the vice president has called upon people to exercise restraint, tread cautiously, and wait patiently for the commission to come out with its own funding. Let's not jump the gun. But whoever is involved in this act of barbarism should be brought to book. No matter his affiliation to the NPP, no matter his contribution to the party, no matter what he did to bring NPP in power, I still maintain that NPP can subsequently win election without these people. Listen, I wouldn't be pleased to see my party going back to opposition. Nana has been vilified. Nana has been insulted. He's one politician who has received the greatest level of insult in the body politics of our country. But finally, God in his own wisdom made him the president. Do we allow the activities of body boys? When I say body boys, it means station boys. When I say station, it means radicals, to bring the party back to opposition? No. There's the need for every meaningful Ghanaian, especially we the members of the NPP, to come out to speak to that issue, because it is detriment to us. It is bringing disgrace to the ideals and the principle that spelled out the Dankwa Buzia tradition. Their activities are alien to our principle.
So the government, Nanado, as I've been pointed to, has come out to condemn what happened. The vice president has set up the commission. It looks like on the government level, something is being done, or at least the acknowledgement is there. At the party level, has the party condemned the nonsense that happened?
Oh yes, Sami Auku came out, the national organizer. He condemned it. Sami Ako, the national organizer, came and condemned it. Gabi, who is a party member, a big fish in the party, condemned it. Your Bobina Samoa condemned it. We have a lot of big party members who came. I'm also a party member. I condemn it. No, this is not entertainable. But
so let's backtrack a bit to what you said Gabi said. From what you are saying Gabi said, it looks as if he's acknowledging that these guys are actually from your rank and file.
Let me tell you this thing. We don't suspect, or we should not think that members of the NDC will be themselves. That is a naked fact. But the mere fact that we are still speculating, not until they are proven to be card-bearing members of the party, let's assume without accepting the fact that they are one of us, but their actions are condemnable.
I get your point. Any final thoughts?
My final thought is that I'm happy, the Vice President has constituted this committee to look into the case, and I also read about the fact that IPAC, the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, is also calling all the political parties for a meeting. So let's not hear any whether major or minor political party chicken out of this call. They should all come together. Former President John Mahama should dialogue. Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, should dialogue. Let's sit on round table and then disband this group. The Azoka group is not necessary. The Delta Force is not necessary. These are all unnecessary groups. We can chart our democratic path without them. If there are people, there's no place where in US people are homeless here. We still have people who are not employed, working on the street. So unemployment is not something that is done by government. You see, but so fortunately, this government has been able to roll out so many pro-poor policies that will ameliorate the suffering of ordinary Ghanaian and cushion the livelihood of people. So why do we have to entertain this thing? I'm so much happy. After my video, just this morning, I heard a commission is set up. Let's not rush. Let's wait patiently and see the funding of this committee, which is headed by a very, reputable personality of our country. So the NDC should also be, on board when IPAC call them to sit and then come out and disbundle this group. It's not helping. You remember, ACP Wachi, right?
Kofi Wachi.
Kofi Wachi. You remember what he said? Going forward into 2020 election, it's not going to be easy. Do we need such things? Will you risk your life going back to Ghana just to police your political party, if even you have one?
I don't have one.
You don't have one, but I have a one. Every single election I live here, go and then do, my work as a party member. But the way things are becoming so scary, I don't think anybody would like to risk his life. Nana Adudankwa, as I said in my video, wouldn't be happy seeing that video. Bawumia wouldn't be happy. The National Security Advisor wouldn't be happy. Nobody will be happy seeing that. So their acts are condemnable in no uncertain term.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Maazu Muftau.
Nice having you.